Hey everyone, sorry for the long wait, but we are now finally back on the spine corrector. So I hope you're ready for another awesome workout here. Let's get started. To start out, we're going to be doing our short box series that was normally done on the reformer or on the ladder barrel, but today we're going to do it here on the spine corrector. So we're going to start with our feet down flat on the mat in front of you. You can either have hands behind your head for something a little more advanced, or across your chest, or out in front. I'm going to go across my chest just so that it's a little easier for you to see me. When I'm here, I kind of block my face and it just, my voice travels other directions. So, rolling your shoulder blades back. We're going to start with our round back. So really pull the lower abdominals in. Great big inhale to start. Exhale into that big extension over top. If you need to, support your head. Rolling yourself all the way back down up. As you're rolling here, make sure you don't collapse backwards into that barrel. You're just rolling right up and over top of it. Awesome job, guys. Getting lots of length here. Warming up the spine, warming up the core. Feeling what your legs feel like today. If you're getting lots of action from your hip flexors and your quads, maybe just think about pushing your heels in. Try to get some lengthening through your hamstrings. I'm going to do one last one here. Awesome. So then we're going to go for flat back. So flat back, either arms are out in front or again, hands behind your head. I'm going to go out in front. So think about sitting up nice and tall. You're trying to flat back down until maybe that low back hits that barrel and then coming all the way back on up. Great big inhale as you flat back backwards. Exhale and come back forwards. It's a little bit smaller of a movement than the first one because we're trying to keep our backs nice and flat. But because of that, it's also a little harder because you're always looking for a little extra length. We're going to do one last one here. Awesome. Bring your hands either back across your chest or behind your head. We're going to twist to one side, curling down. Curling all the way back on up, untwist, twist the other way. We're going to alternate sides each time. Using that great big exhale to come all the way up, the inhale to twist and to come over. Really good job, guys. We're going to do one more over on the other side, or make sure you're nice and even. Awesome. So then from here, we're going to do our climb a tree. So climb a tree, you're going to hug one leg in nice and close. The other leg can either be soft bend or still flat on the ground. And then we're going to bend and extend at the knee. Still sitting up relatively tall. It's not about how straight the leg goes. It's about keeping that leg in nice and close. Point and flex through the ankle. Get that big calf stretch. Do a couple circles one way. And a couple circles the other way. Awesome. And we're going to climb up our legs. So it doesn't matter if you climb all the way up or part way up. And then we're going to climb ourselves all the way back on down. Extending over this barrel, and then all the way back on up. Rounding all the way over, and all the way back on up. One last one here. When you come up to the top, you're just going to bend that leg in, send it down, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So hugging that leg in nice and close, feeling nice and tall. Bending and extending at the knee. This is the hamstring that I did pull, so it's still Not really irritating me, but it's still recovering, so it's a little shorter than the other one, and that's okay. You thank your body for what it can do, not hate it because of what it can't right now. Leaving the foot up the top, you can point the legs through the ankle. Circling one way. And circling the other way. And then coming all the way on up. When you come up to the top, really reach through that leg as you round yourself backwards. And then rounding yourself all the way on up. Really good job, guys. Last one here. And then all the way back on up to the top. Awesome. So now we're going to do some sideways on work. So you're going to sit with your hip right in the middle of the barrel for the spine corrector. Reaching through that top leg. We're going to do some side sit-ups. So hands can either be behind our head or across our chest again. I'm going to go behind my head because it's a little more open for my chest. And then when you're ready, you're going to really reach through that top leg, drive the elbow all the way up to the ceiling, and all the way over. And then side bending all the way back on down again. It's okay if you don't get all the way up or all the way back down. Move in a range that works for you. I really like side sit-ups. It's one of my superpowers. Everyone's got a couple. One's got a couple things that they're just really good at and they really enjoy. And it's always balanced out with their kryptonite. Those things that really gets their goat. We're going to do this last one here. All the way back down. When we come back down, we're going to release the bottom arm. You can either rest your head on your deltoid here on your shoulder, or if you need to, keep that hand underneath your head. And then we're just going to side bend all the way over. Reaching through that hand, reaching through that foot. Create as much space as you can. And all those muscles that work nice and hard on those side sit-ups. Awesome, and then we're going to come all the way back up. We're going to bring our elbow up on top of our arc here. Because I'm pretty long, I'm going to go a little farther along just so that my elbow is nice and underneath my shoulder. I find if I'm right up on top, I tend to lean over and then it's just a collapsed mess. So find something that feels nice and aligned and powerful for you. Whether you want your top hand pressing down into the barrel or your hand on your hip is up to you, but we're going to do our side kick series here. So we're going to lift that top leg up, take a great big inhale, exhale, kick it forward, inhale, send it back. Feel nice and long through your chest. Pressing that elbow down so you're not slumping into your shoulder. We're going to do one more all the way to the front and then all the way to the back. Bring the leg in line with your body and then we're lifting and lowering. I always find these lifts here are so hard. So just keep breathing through it. We've got two more. And the last one. And then we're going to do our 3 rondagens, or in other words, 3 big circles. Whatever big means to you today. So kicking that leg as far forward as you can without collapsing. Lifting it up, sending it all the way to your back. And then all the way back on down. We're going to do 3 in one way, 3 in the other way. Once you've done your 3rd one, make sure you reverse it. If your legs are burning, your glutes burning like mine is, think a happy thought. Any happy thought. Like maybe how there's only one left, and then you're all done here. Awesome, so now I'm going to turn the spine corrector around so I'm still facing you, so one moment. back. Sorry about that, guys. It's just always a little easier to do it in some editing magic. Okay, so starting off, we're going to do our side sit-ups. So whether you want your hands behind your head or across your chest is up to you, but start down nice and low, reaching through that top leg. And when you're ready, great big inhale and exhaling. Inhaling all the way up and exhaling all the way back down, finding length here. Try not to let your elbows crowd your face. We're going to do one last one. Lift it all the way on up. Come all the way back on down. When you come down the bottom, release that bottom arm unless you need that hand underneath your head. And then have that big side bend. Reaching through that foot, reaching through that arm. While you're having a big breath here, maybe think to yourself one or two things that you're really grateful for. It's always a good practice. We're going to have one last breath, so think one last thing. And then we're going to come all the way back on up. So then we're going to bring our elbow down onto the top of our barrel here, or our spine corrector. Bring our hand either onto our hip or onto the front of our spine corrector. We're going to lift the leg up. Take a great big inhale. Exhale, feet forward. Inhale to the back. Happy thoughts. Pressing into the elbow, feeling long through your body. We're going to do one more all the way to the front, all the way to the back, and then we're lifting and lowering. So when you're ready, lifting up and lowering back down. As you're lifting the leg up, try to keep your hips stacked. Don't let that top hip drop back behind you. Notice one leg to the other. Maybe one leg feels a little easier. One leg feels a little harder. Maybe you got more range. And do this last one here, and then those 3 ronde-jambes, those 3 big circles. Kick that leg forward, lift it up, send it to the back, and lowering. Once you've done your 3rd one in one direction, you're going to reverse it, sending that leg all the way to the back, picking it up, all the way to the front. Inhaling for that first half, exhaling for that second half. You're almost there, guys. Once you've done that 3rd one, come back in. So let's sit long on our spine corrector and just give ourselves a bit of a piriformis stretch. So you're going to take one ankle, cross it over the opposite knee. And you're just sitting here, letting that stretch come right into that hip. Letting all that tension go from those ronde-jambes, those giant monsters. That may not feel that giant every day, but whew, they definitely do a lot of work. We're going to have one last breath here. Releasing that leg, and then we're going to switch. So bring that other ankle across. If you need this to be a little less intense, you can always send the leg a little further away. Everyone's different. And just try to let everything release. And on this last big exhale, you can carefully release the leg all the way down. And way to go, guys, for getting through this series. I hope you loved it. I'm sorry for the wait with the spine corrector. I promise it was high up on my list of other videos to do, but again, it was a list and I had to go in order of recommendation and just what was available at the time. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and let me know if you want to see more of the spine corrector. I know it was an absolute hit with you all before, so leave me a like, leave me a comment, and please subscribe. All of your support is absolutely amazing, and I value each and every one of you. Okay, I will see you all very, very soon, and make sure to keep an eye out for the next video. Bye!